Europe forecasts. Timing of worst-case scenario with Russia.
Nghệ An Party Secretary, Nguyen Khac extends Lunar New Year greetings to workers and patients.
Preserving the spirit of traditional Tet.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. On February 14, Rio's Novosti reported that Hungarian Prime Minister said European countries are preparing for a possible conflict with Russia by 2030, with some nations already taking steps to get ready.
In a statement, Mr. Orban said, Europe has decided that it will go to war with Russia in 2030. Not that they want to, might, or are planning to, but that they have decided. That decision has already been made. The Hungarian leader also emphasized that war preparations are being carried out across Europe, with the exception of Hungary and Slovakia. According to him, 9 European countries have reinstated compulsory military service, and citizens in several nations have been instructed on what to do in the event of war, while military spending across the continent has risen sharply.
On February 14th, Switzerland announced that talks between the United States and Iran, mediated by Oman, will be held next week in Geneva, according to AFP.
AFP quoted a spokesperson for the Swiss Foreign Ministry as saying, Switzerland is always ready to offer its good offices to facilitate dialogue between the United States and Iran. However, the official did not specify the exact timing of the talks. So far, Washington has consistently called on Iran to abandon its stockpile of uranium enriched to 60%, a level close to the 90% threshold considered weapons grade. U.S. and Iranian diplomats held indirect discussions in Oman on February 6th, with the host country acting as mediator in an effort to revive dialogue. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump said he is considering deploying additional aircraft carriers to the Middle East, raising concerns about the possibility of increased military pressure alongside the negotiation process.
On the morning of the 28th day of the final lunar month, as Lunar New Year approached, Nghệ An Provincial Party Secretary Nguyễn Thị Minh Khai and his delegation visited and extended New Year wishes to workers on duty during the holiday and to patients receiving treatment at local hospitals.
During a visit to workers of Nghệ An Environment and Urban Works Joint Stock Company, Provincial Party Secretary Nguyen Khac, on behalf of the delegation, extended warm greetings and New Year wishes to all company staff, wishing them good health and continued success in the year ahead. He especially acknowledged the strong sense of responsibility and efforts made by workers who have faced heavy workloads and unexpected challenges throughout 2025. At the meeting, the party secretary personally presented Tet gifts to employees. The delegation then visited Nghệ An Obstetrics and Pediatrics Hospital to offer Tet greetings and encouragement to doctors, nurses, and medical staff. Secretary Nguyen Khac also met with families of patients receiving treatment at the hospital, encouraging them to focus on their children's care and expressing hope that young patients and their families would feel warmth and support while spending Tet at the hospital.
Coming up next are some updated news.
The Ministry of Health has issued temporary guidelines on the surveillance and prevention of Nipah virus infection. The disease is classified as a particularly dangerous Group A infectious disease, with a reported fatality rate ranging from 40 to 75%. Although no cases have been recorded in Vietnam, the virus can spread through direct contact with infected animals such as bats and pigs, consumption of food contaminated by bat secretions, or from person to person through bodily fluids. The ministry advises the public to practice safe food hygiene, including thoroughly cooking food and avoiding fruit that has been bitten by bats. Anyone experiencing acute fever accompanied by headache, confusion, or difficulty breathing after returning from affected areas should seek immediate medical attention for timely isolation and treatment.
On February 14th, the Hanoi Labor Federation organized 26 free bus trips to bring 1,200 workers from high-tech parks and industrial zones back to their hometowns for the Lunar New Year. The buses traveled to Hattin, Nghệ An, Thanh Hoa, and several northern provinces. In addition, the Federation provided cash support equivalent to 5,500 bus tickets for workers, with total funding of 2.45 billion VND. This marks the 18th consecutive year the city's trade union has carried out this meaningful initiative, helping workers return home for Tet and encouraging businesses and organizations to join efforts in supporting union members and employees.
According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, northern Vietnam is currently under the influence of a strengthening cold air mass moving southward. From the night of February 16th through February 19th, the northern and north-central regions are expected to see scattered light rain. Notably, from the night of February 17th to February 19th, corresponding to the first to third days of the Lunar New Year, the North and Thanh Hoa province will turn cold, with mountainous areas experiencing severe cold in some places. The lowest temperatures are forecast to range from 16 to 19 degrees Celsius, dropping below 15 degrees in mountainous areas. Residents are advised to keep warm during outdoor activities, especially the elderly and children, and to take proactive measures to protect crops and livestock from adverse weather conditions.
In today's fast-changing modern life, space is recreating the traditional Tet atmosphere, drawing growing interest as people seek to reconnect with familiar customs. Visitors come not only to take photos, but also to experience traditions such as cooking bánh over an open fire, gathering around a good stove, and sharing family moments in the final days of the lunar year. While the celebrations may evolve over time, the preservation of cherished traditions have kept the spirit of past Tet alive.
In the busy final days of the year, a space recreating the traditional Tet atmosphere has been set up, featuring a wood-fired kitchen and familiar corners that bring back memories of Tet in the past. It is simple and unadorned, yet meaningful enough to invite visitors to slow down and reflect on the Tet celebrations that once felt so close and familiar.
People come here not only to check in and take photos, but also to reconnect with childhood memories and to realize that the values of traditional Tet are still very much alive within us.
More than just an experience, this is also a way for traditional values to be retold through images and emotions. The traditional Tet is recreated in different spaces, from old grocery stalls and traditional folk games to vintage sewing machines associated with the childhood memories of many generations.
We created this space to help people relive old memories and familiar feelings. The excitement of welcoming a full and joyful Tet with parents and family. It also gives young people the opportunity to learn more about the traditional culture of previous generations.
Amid the many changes of modern life, some traditions may seem to drift into the past. Yet sometimes, the simple glow of a wood fire, a green ban chung, or an ao dai fluttering in the breeze is enough to bring those memories back, warm and unchanged. Traditional Tet is not only something to look back on, it is something people continue to return to, cherish, and preserve, a timeless part of Vietnamese cultural life.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.